Now we're on track. Now we're on track. How's it going, everybody? What's the crack? You're all very welcome to Ramble Pod number 49 for Wednesday. Wednesday, the 8th of the 5th. It is the 8th, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, I'm late. I said it was back on track because I was live on Patreon there for the last 5 minutes. But this fucking recording device was giving me a pain in my stones. It was, Jesus Christ. 1 minute the card wasn't in right, next minute the card was fucking protected because the little thing on the side slipped up. And then it just, I don't know, switched over to some mode with weird symbols on the front of it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm drinking tea, lads. It's not that early in the morning. Most people have gone to work, I'd say, at this stage. Oh, excuse my rudeness. Good Lord. Like I said, we're live over on Patreon. Thank you very much to the Patreon people. Still, you're actually making it worthwhile. You're making it worthwhile. I would not do this. I couldn't at this stage now. Shit is getting too busy. I couldn't justify it if it wasn't for the Patreon people paying money towards it. That's the reality of it. Money, unfortunately. What's the fucking crack? Sorry, I'm late. Jesus Christ, I was up to my fucking eyeballs, and like there was a few points yesterday. I was like, oh, maybe I could squeeze in one here. Maybe I could fucking sit down and record one there, and just I could record one driving in the car, and like that. It's you don't deserve that kind of dog shit. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to be listening to something, you get me with half an ear going, so, what? I don't know why I do a voice for my voice. I think it's probably easier for people. It doesn't make any fucking sense, does it? I turned into weirdly Willy the Hulk Maher there for a minute. People have been liking the Willy videos. The Willy. I know, my fucking child. Jesus Christ. This weekend's gigs coming up. Comedy club gigs anyway. Let me see. I'm going to be I'm over in Galway. I'm going to be in Galway. I'm in the Riff Raff in Galway, which I think it's called the Black Gate. I think is the venue, but it's easily found anyway. If you go to my website, I know the link is there. In it, I definitely did it at some stage. It's gone in. So click through on that. You'll find out exactly where it is. If you're a Galwegian head, come on over. Yeah, because the lads they've got two of them. These lads aren't messing around. They've got two of them. They've got they've got that one, and they've got the one on George Street at Chelsea Drugstore, which was absolutely fucking mighty crack the last night. There was a kind of a all over the shop kind of wildness to it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. So hopefully this one will be along the same lines. They say like the summer is the killer of comedy because the weather's always good outside. I don't know who like I've heard this so many times. And you're like, really? Because like it's pissing out of the heavens right now. It looks like the middle of fucking winter. So I'm not buying it. And even at the weekend, we were in Care House in Tipperary, with myself, Paul Marsh, and the boys from Totally Wired. Fucking splitting stones, gorgeous day out. Full house. So it made no odds. Whatsoever. That was a fun gig. Now, in fairness, there was a couple of funny old ones in there that ditched the husbands for the night. Like, I'm not going to that fucking comedy. But the women came along and it was actually great crack. And it's weird because like we had two breaks and I was hosting it, and it was just great crack because the shackles are off. You're not when you're hosting. There's an enjoyment in hosting because you can fucking think about. I find you end up writing new material as a result because just funny shit. You get the luxury of fucking around, and you're a couple of times on stage. And you don't have to be better than the comedians. You know what I mean? You just have to get people to a certain level and teach them that this is what you do. You smile with your face. It's fine. And no, this won't be any Brendan Grace material. But you often get people at the break will come up to you and go, here, I have a good one for you there. Like, and you're going, oh, here we fucking go. It's not going to be. And it's never a good one. But there's times when stuff just works. And it was this little tiny little old. She wasn't old, but she was like, I suppose early 60s maybe. Like, but she comes over to me, and the lads Totally Wired had an alter ego. They'd been on first, and they were making out that she was going to a funeral because she was all in black. Turns out she's a fucking undertaker, right? But she said it to me. She didn't say it to the lads. She said nothing. She said, I'm actually an undertaker. Fuck, are you? She goes, yeah. They used to own a pub. The usual story. Used to own a pub and an undertaker and a taxi service. But when they had the taxi service and whatchamacallit, their actual slogan when they had the taxi service and undertaking business was dead or alive, we give you a drive. And she said it with such fucking pride that it's not the greatest fucking slogan in the world. It's not like what was the one in The Simpsons? Bart. Al's crematorium, you kill him, we grill him. Like that's tight. That's tight. I mean, with a slogan, you could probably tighten up her one a little bit. You know what I mean? Dead or alive, we'll give you a drive. If you say, I'd need to sit down for an hour, but I bet you could tighten that up and sharpen it up a little bit. But even still, it was perfect coming out of a woman in her 60s. It was absolutely fucking perfect. If it was a bloke, half the humor wouldn't have been there. Do you know what I mean? Which is just this little old lady, like, and I just went, oh fuck, and I pointed it out then on stage, and that works in an environment like that because everybody in the room knew her. You know what I mean? Or probably had a fair idea. You know, there's a different dynamic. I haven't drank enough tea yet. There's a different dynamic when it's a gang of people from a local area who know it because they're waiting. Because the lads have been slagging her for being so dour looking. She wasn't dour at all. She was mighty cracked, like. But I think it was because she was dressed in black or whatever. Brendan Healy, greatest butcher in the world, he was there. I'm calling into him next week. I'm popping down with a communion to go to. I don't know why I keep doing that voice, lads. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It's puzzling me as well. But we have a communion, so I'm going to swing into at an opportunity. I'm going to swing into Brendan Healy's Butchers. But he was I got ribs. I got ribs on my mind, lads. The barbecue season. I don't give a fuck if it's pissing down rain. I've got the barbecue season on my brain, and that's all I'm about right now. I'm starting stock up and stuff. Got steaks. I'm going to do fucking kind of I've got this marinade that I want to do. I'm going to marinate chunks of steak overnight and do them on skewers. I reckon it'll be fucking unreal. I'm after getting the good coals in because you're wasting your time. I'm after getting a good few messages over the last few weeks about barbecuing again, like just different things. Even, I know I talked about this last year, but you're like, yeah, the good barbecue, good way to go. If you haven't gotten the good barbecue, and it is like the gas one, all bets are off. It's gas. There's not a whole pile you can fucking do about it. Now, you can get you can still smoke and stuff on the barbecue, especially the good barbecues, gas barbecues, the Weber ones, where you can actually get the temperature down real fucking low. But if it is a charcoal barbecue you're using, don't be fucking wasting your time with them ones out of fucking Aldi or down in Centra. Get yourself the good ones. The range, if you live anywhere near a range, stock up because they tend to do some good shit. Like, you know what I mean? They're not the cheapest in the world, but they tend to have a decent range. But Woodies always have the Weber fucking coals. Get yourself some Weber lumpwood as well. Like, it's just you're at nothing. You'll see the difference. Time and everything. You know what I mean? When you look up a recipe, like time actually. The other shit burns out real quick or fucking goes all chalky and stuff. That'd be my advice for today on barbecuing. Get the fucking decent coals. You'll get longer out of them. It's like anything. You'll get longer out of them. You'll be fucking glad you did, lads. You'll be glad you did. I actually, the podcast was even delayed this morning. Came in and I had taken because I left one of my microphones in Paul Crowley's car last Friday. So Paul is popping it up to me or whatever. But I said, fuck it, sure. I was going to do a podcast yesterday, but with a cancellation. So that's why I ended up doing a bunch of other shit. But I taken this microphone that I'm using now. I laid it down. To put it into the old fucking gear bag to take with me. But old Doggo had gotten to the fuzzy fucking wind yoke. Oh, the pop shield, they call it, I think. Is it a pop shield? Yeah, it is a pop shield. It just happens to be a fuzzy little afro on top of it. Dog had thought, class. Yeah. In fairness, she didn't go too fucking mad in it. But it just when I'm a fucking burping and everything to the microphone. I'm so sorry. So unprofessional of me. Jesus Christ. But yeah, dog dribble. Nobody needs to be putting their face near dog dribble. Although in saying that, anybody listening with a dog right now has definitely probably got the remnants of some dog dribble on their face somewhere, because that's just what dog, it's gas, isn't it? They'll sit there licking their own hole, and we'll pick them up then, let them lick our face. I know it's an old adage, like, but we do it. Every time she licks my face, I consider that. I'm like, you are probably licking some various fucking genitals or your ass right now, or something gross outside. But I'm going to let you continue to lick my face. Like, there's no fucking way you'd let anybody do that. What is it about dogs? Like, dogs are particularly filthy fuckers, like. Don't know. I suppose if you look fucking adorable, this is my argument. If you look gorgeous or adorable, you can get away with almost anything. Like, you've so much of an easier run of it if you play your cards right. That's the thing. If you're a pure dickhead, not a hope. Now, I'm not saying as a man or a woman, even if you're adorable or gorgeous, you can go around licking people's faces. But fuck it. You probably could if you played your cards right. You know what I mean? If you played your cards right, I reckon you could walk around all day just licking people's faces. Couldn't you? Yeah, of course you could. Think about it. Nice, busy street, sunny day. You're walking along, somebody gorgeous walks over and goes, how's it going? Man or woman, whatever you're into. How's it going? You're like, I'm all right. Say they have a microphone in their hand and a camera behind them. You're like, am I on telly? You're like, hold on one second. Do you mind if I do this? And just lean in and just up the side of your face. You'd let them. You'd be so shell-shocked anyway by their beauty and the fact that there's a camera and a microphone stuck in your face. You go, God, all right, okay. I genuinely think you could. I genuinely think if you were charming enough, but you'd have to have the backup of being gorgeous. It's one of my favorite words, gorgeous. Said like that too. Saying gorgeous, not gorgeous. That's the way to say it. I do want to plug 1 second. Aside from gigs, Jesus, 1 second. Instagram. I said I'd 1 second. I'll get this open. Keep talking, Tom. Keep talking. I don't want fucking watch McCullough. Let me just see. Can I get it up on messages? Fuck, I don't. Instagram's so weird on a computer, isn't it? It doesn't, like, what's going on with it? Like, you'd never, like, that's the thing, you never do. I can't look up messages on this, can I? God, my Instagram, they look weird on a fucking big scale. The weird shit I put up. If anybody's not following me, give it a look. I do put up some weird shit. I don't know what I'm at, like just not right in the head. Tom O'Mahony comedy would find that. Jeez, well, come on. How do I get up my messages? Anyway, what I was trying to say was, no, I can't figure this out. No, can't get up my messages, and I don't know where I'm after leaving the phone. I always leave the phone away anyway when I'm doing this, because sometimes it interacts with it, and it's like, you get that beep, 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 beep. The Counties UK, and I said I'd call him a cheeky cunt for asking me, but if you go to the Counties UK, hold on, let me just, Instagram. Just put it up there just to make sure it is Counties. It is Counties, yeah. Search. Counties. There we go. It is Counties UK. Yeah, if you follow the lads. Okay, fuck. Do you know what? It's probably handier if you go through the life of the funeral. Yeah, the life of the funeral. And he also has the 30 as Fuck podcast. They're trying to get onto I think it's the Essex Festival. Yeah, and just, I don't know. Maybe if you go on there, you'll be able to find out how to do it. As you're listening to this, dude, let me know how to put people in your direction of actually voting for you. You can vote under this post. Do you know what? I might put it on Twitter or repost it. Jesus. Yeah, that'll just show my ineptitude of social media. I'm good for putting up weird shit. So if that's what your bag is, go have a look at that. But Counties UK, basically, the boys want to get onto a festival, and it helps if people are going to, if they would vote for them by writing their name underneath a post from the Essex Music Festival. I think it's the Essex Music Festival. It was last week, but I said I'd call him a cheeky cunt for asking me to do it because I typically don't. But I'm, you know what I mean. If it's like, I'm not going to be telling people about birthdays and shit like that. This isn't the fucking radio. But if you know what I mean, if other people are trying to push things, and if I can help in any way, I'll do my best. I'm doing my best. If it won't squeeze in, it won't squeeze in. Most people listen to this kind of understand that fucking premise, don't they? Game of fucking Thrones. Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. I heard myself back there for some reason. I sounded like blind boy. Game of Thrones. Yeah. I'm just not sucking a vape into the fucking microphone. It's the only drawback there. Yeah, I like this one. People were giving out yards about the fucking coffee cup. Fucking yards about the coffee cup. Do you think it's real? Because like HBO they didn't say yay or nay. Like they were like, I think you'd find that the latte that was in it, that was in that scene, was actually wrong. Queen Daenerys had ordered a green tea, and that was as much as they said. It was good. It was well played, right or wrong. You're kind of left going, are they admitting it? Because to me, it was like, oh, come on, you have that many people working on set. I guarantee you there's somebody whose job, that when you get to that level of money on a thing, like I saw things, I worked on low budget and half decent budget, but only half decent budget productions, and there are people whose jobs it is just purely to fucking watch that one coffee cup. Do you know what I mean? There'll be people whose job, like, that's the level they would be at, like when you have that kind of moolah. Like I saw like people fucking shoveling light into dark corners, as they said. That's a great phrase. I love that fucking phrase. It's not mine. It's an old phrase. But you're somebody who's great at looking busy. Do you know what I mean? It's also can be used for wasting your fucking time, like pissing into the wind, you know? But it's like, we did this one series called Ripper Street for, I think it was BBC, I think it was for. And I remember saying it to a couple of lads. I said, watch her there now. I said, just watch that young one there. She was unbelievable at making herself look busy. She'd all the gear hanging off her, you know, her belt and all the rest of it. She looked the part. She'd all the North Face fucking gear. But she did a whole pile, heaps of fuck all. I've never seen somebody, you'd see them in the buildings every so often, lads who are class at doing nothing but looking the fucking part and looking busy. And you wouldn't ask them, hey, what the fuck are you at? Because they just look the part. And that's half the battle. That is 90% of the fucking battle. Jesus Christ, she'd go over and she'd look at the thing real seriously and she'd give it a rub and she'd check it then and maybe put a bit of tape under it then, and she'd give a fucking talk on the radio and the radio wouldn't suddenly work or whatever. She'd stomp off somewhere else. And I made it my business because there was a lot of time on set. There was a lot of fuck acting around on that one. There was a lot of time on set to be, you know, watching things like that. And I remember watching this young one going, you're a fucking genius. So I'd be very surprised if that cup is real. If it wasn't CGI'd in by somebody, or you know what I mean, just superimposed and there's some which way, like by some troll. I'd be very surprised. Do you know what I mean? If somebody, like, what I'm saying is afterwards, I'm guessing HBO did it for a crack, and I bet there's little things like that everywhere, like where they just stuck it in there for the crack. Do you know what I mean? Because I would very much doubt if any professional one, because somebody's getting a serious bollocking, if not, you know, a serious slap on the arse for what, if that is real. If somebody accidentally left it in there, I reckon they put it in there on purpose. And I reckon those jokes are all over the place. Like there was one, I think it was the Battle of the Bastards, where John was fighting Ramsay or whatever, and in slow-mo, whatever shit sword John had in one particular moment, he swung it up and it flopped. Like the sword actually bent, like it was made of rubber. I don't know if they were using rubber swords too often, but again, I bet you any money. Like when you're spending that kind of moolah and people's jobs are on the fucking line, if their shit isn't right, and when your job is purely watching for continuity and correct fucking things, like, you don't leave a coffee cup behind. You really don't, like. Do you know what I mean? I'd be very surprised if it was an accident. What else was I going to fucking talk about? I went to see the fucking Avengers Load of shit. Straight up. No spoilers. Load of shite. I'm fucking very disappointed because I like those fucking movies. Best bit was, I mean, and you see, I think people get enamored by the whole notion of it. You know what I mean? It's like, what do they call it? The Emperor's New Clothes, like, which is a major fucking issue these days. Like, where people go, "Oh my god, that thing was amazing. It was amazing," about anything that is ridiculously popular. You know what I mean? Amazing. Well, you can't stand back and look at it for the wood for the trees, as they saying. Go, hold on. In isolation, that is not a good Avengers movie. They dragged the whole lot of it over the coals. Half it wasn't fucking needed. There was a shite version of a storyline. Just unbelievable effects and all the rest of it. Like, and we're supposed to get all fucking sad and happy. But for me, nah, that should have been their best one. That's what I was banking on, was that it was going to be its best one. And it fucking wasn't, not by a long chalk. Thor, very funny, as always. But not for me. And then, to make it fucking worse, I was just annoyed after sitting through 3 hours of it. I'm saying this as a fan. I'm saying this as if somebody who has enjoyed the Avengers movies. And this fucking thing is like, Jesus Christ, well, this yoke just fucked. This now had all the signs of somebody who knew, do you know what I mean? Friday evening job. 1 foot out the door. Phoning it in. That's what it had to me. I not pure fucking think I am over it. And then they dragged it out, dragged the living whole. Like, if this is any other time, that movie would have been edited down to about 2 hours, 10 minutes. Because the world of shit could have come out of it. The world of stuff they could have hacked out of that. But they fucking dragged it over the coals, and it was just annoying. And then to fucking finish at the end, the movie's over, and all these wankers start clapping like the cinema had suddenly fucking landed successfully. You know, and what? You fucking dickheads. Stan Lee's fucking dead. And even all those actors have been paid. They're on to their next fucking gig. Probably third gig after that one. That one's made years ago. The fuck are you clapping at, you tits? For the love of you. And who's to be, you know, is it for appreciation of the actual movie or appreciation for all the movies? If it's appreciation for all the movies, I kind of get it. But don't be clapping. There's nobody there, like it's not a live event, you fucking weirdo. There's nobody to appreciate it. You just get a fella standing with a bin bag in the corner going, "Would you come on to fuck up to clean this place for the next one?" You know, that's the only person who's you're clapping to. Yeah. I was just annoyed. That's what I was. I was just fucking annoyed. Very exciting times there yesterday. I got a new set of tires on the car. I know. Relax, Willie. Fucking relax. I can hear knickers dropping and fucking jealous jaws hitting the fucking floor all over the place when I mentioned that. Are you joking me? You got new tires, you dirty bastard. Because I know the dude. I got a couple of cars and stuff with other companies and that I'm involved with. I get tires through this crowd, so they always look after me, and it always feels like a little win. They tracked it and all for me, like, so it's like, yeah. When you get decent tires too, I get it now. When people get a pair of Yeezys or whatever, they're fucking delighted with themselves. They're walking around town, or a pair of rare fucking or expensive fucking Air Force Ones or something. They're like, yeah, there you go, check out my fucking trainers. I'm like, have a look at my fucking Michelins, huh? Fucking, huh? The Michelins. Do you know what? More tire companies should be making shoes. Should be making, like, you know, trainers and stuff. I think Michelin do have a hand in some sort of way of making somebody's trainers anyway, don't they? Are they race shoes or something they make them? But I reckon there should be like Continental fucking shoes, Yokohama, you know, Dunlop. Dunlop definitely do. They definitely do. They make fucking wellies. So if you got spare rubber, throw them into the wellies. But they definitely must make something in the way of trainers, do they? That's what I felt like for about an hour yesterday, driving around going, yeah, I'm badass. That's where my life's at, people. Comedy and fucking tires. Be like Keith Duffy next. Keith Duffy of Boyzone has a tire company. It's his tires, as the business must be getting better, he's getting more serious about the ads on radio. Because it's all like, "Here you buddies, welcome on down to We'll Fit Your Tires." And that's the way the ads all were. And it would always finish with, "Tell him Keith sent you. Tell him Keith sent you." You know, but now It's like, Keith Duffy here, everybody. We have tires 20% off for winter tires. And there's no. I'm so disappointed. Like, the ads were so shocking before. Like, I'm so disappointed that he's now not. He's not giving any. Tell him Keith sent you. Yeah. Oh, I once again, I know I keep thanking the patrons and all the rest of it, but I'm after landing a couple of fucking sweet ass guests coming up in the next few weeks. Like, and realistically, like, I wouldn't be bothering me whole putting this level of effort in if there wasn't people actually financially involved. So it was only that it was just dawned on me this morning. It was like, fucking hell, this is a lot of fucking work. Chasing people down, getting timings right, going to fucking meet them and all the rest of it. But you wouldn't bother your whole if there wasn't some sort of financial investment of some sort. So yeah, there you go. I got a couple of some good photos over the weekend. It was a class one. I'm after on Snapchat. See, the Snapchat, I often miss it on Snapchat. I don't see it for days, lads. So if you want to send me something, I think you can. Yeah, you can send it to me through Instagram, even if we don't follow each other or whatever. You can. But do send, or just tag me in your story, the picture of it. Like, that kind of way. If I know, because I think Snapchat is out the fucking door, isn't it? Something weird happened with it there where a load of people aren't getting their huge viewers anymore. I'm certainly not now. To be fair, I don't use it and I don't read. But the last time I was like, Jesus, that's like fucking a half of what used to look at it. I was talking to two boys, like the two Johnnies, and they were saying they overnight it just happened, basically. Just so it's all seems to be Instagram these days. And that's where I can, you can put up your long videos. There's so many options with fucking whatchamacallit. So I can actually do like a minute of the Willy videos and stuff like that. So do send it on to me there. But I do get I do be getting I got a couple of good ones. One that's like people just, screen grabs or whatever, listening to it. But one, and I'm forgetting your name, man. But he's in, like, I'm sure it's a lovely spot when the sun's out. But like, it sounds like a bit of a comfortable spot. With that temperature, he was spreading slurry. You see the tractor backed up to the slurry pit, some part of Canada, where it's still -9 in the morning. Fuck that. Snow from fucking November to May. Fuck all that. Like, that's just fucking hardship. Like, when, maybe if you're like Jon Snow or whatever, or the Wildlings, maybe that's your fucking bag. But fuck, that's hardship. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be overly fucking happy. I bet you're making a fucking fortune. That's why you're up there. An Irish lad up there, fucking, you're up there making a fucking fortune, no doubt. No doubt. I wouldn't fucking doubt you. Fair play to you if you are. But that's fucking hard going. That level of fucking cowled for that length of time all year during the year. And just like fucking, like, dullness. That's all I think when I think of that level of cold. Like what the fuck does it get to? Like, that's not even the height. This is May. And it's hit -9 in the morning. Like, what fucking story do them people want? What will fucking grow? I suppose something will grow, says you. I wouldn't be spreading it if they wouldn't be paying me to spread it if I fucking wouldn't. But do continue to send me them kind of pictures, because that stuff just bends my brain. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to have extreme temperatures like that, but feel free to send me on whatever the fuck you like. Oh, we the Royal Baby. Very exciting times. We the Royal Baby. Like, again, people getting excited by it. Although I'm not too sure too many people decided upon to get overly excited by it, but it is in the news fairly regularly, like these kind of things. But I saw, like, there was an American, God bless him, there was an American family, they just love everything. They're not actually British at all. It was on Sky News. They love everything fucking British. But why not move there? But they had they've the red phone box out the front of the house. They had flags out, the whole lot, and this huge celebrations that this child had been born. It's like, great. Right. See, he's fucking handy though, isn't he? Huh? Whatever the young fella's name is going to be, you're going to have it fucking handy through life, like, born into that. Whatever way. How would you keep your fucking head and your shoulders and all? Because Old Harry been a mad fucker for years, like. You're like, but how do you rein that in? I bet you the old one, the grandmother's fucking rein them in no end, I'd say. If you didn't have a one like that. Because you would. You've endless money. You're getting turned away from no clubs. You can walk into any Ferrari fucking, showroom and just go, can I have that one? Actually, give me that one. And they're going to. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine being that, like, where your head's at if that's where you're fucking, that's the level of power you have. Fuck. That kid has it all in front of him. Fucking hell tonight. All right, I'm gonna go have some fucking breakfast and I'm out the door. We were claiming today, and I'll let you know how we get on. Only us, this would happen to. We got a wedding present 2 years ago, and it was from a relation of ourselves, and it was for 100 oak trees. Yeah, a voucher for 100 oak trees. How or what I was supposed to do with those, I don't know. And we were going to claim them. That was the plan. We were just going to keep them in pots or whatever, like do something, because the voucher was about to run out. Well, it runs out this year. So we ring up, and only though this would happen, the the fucking nursery that wrote the voucher, or whatever, are gone into receivership. But they're still running it, I'm guessing, to sell off the last of the shit. So we're going over to this nursery today to see what they got. Because we rang up and they were like, yeah, listen, we've no oak trees. We're fucking all out of them. And we haven't been restocking because we're into receivership. So fuck knows what we're going to come back with. 100 fucking oak trees worth of fucking petunias or something. So stay fucking posted. I don't know what to tell you, but fucking, oh, good fuck. Yeah, I hope that, like, if there's some, I'm taking a fucking 100 fucking garden gnomes. I'm taking something. I'm fucking getting something. This is our fucking wedding present. We're getting fucking something out of this. So that's it. That's it. I think we're up there on the half an hour mark. So please give it a rating. Please don't forget, if you, whatever podcast app you're listening that allows you to rate, please give it a rating. Give it a high rating, because none of the other ones are any good to me. I'm not going to change as a result of it, so it's not going to benefit me. So if you have 5 stars, please go down the bottom and give it a rating. If you want to write a comment, that'd be fantastic too. You want to share it, you're a fucking legend. You want to follow me on all usual platforms, look for Tom O'Mahony Comedy, we'll find it. Go to tomomahony.com for the old gigs, because let me give you one more quick rundown. Over the next couple of weeks, I will be in Galway, Dublin, and Newry in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Aaron from a couple of podcasts back, Aaron is a McCann. He's going to be in Whelan, so let's try and get that sold out for him. So that's May 21st. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to open for him just for the fucking crack. Let's see, can we get that fucking sold out? Right, go on away, lads. Enjoy the rest of the week, and I'll talk to you later. Good luck.